Today I'm going to teach you how you can make a texture pack for any version of Minecraft Java Edition. Without further ado, we'll get right in. The first thing you want to do is go ahead and press Windows and R at the same time. That'll cause this little run box to pop up, and you want to type in a %, app data, and then another %, just like that. Then you can hit enter or click on OK, and this folder right here should open up. This is the roaming folder, and right at the top over here you should see a folder called .minecraft. And that's the exact one you want to enter, and then in here you should find a folder called versions, and you want to enter that one as well. And now you need to decide, well, what version am I actually going to make my texture pack for? I'm going to make mine for Minecraft 1.20. As I said, you can make it for any version you want. In this versions folder, you will find every single version you've launched Minecraft of before. So if you don't see the version that you want to launch Minecraft for, that you want to make a texture pack for here, then just make sure that you open up Minecraft, launch that version, as well as maybe just load up a quick new world with that version too. Anyways, in here, there's going to be a few things, and you'll notice how these are all called 1.20, and then they either have a .jar or a .json at the end. It's very important that you can see the .jar or the .json. To make sure that you can see them, go over to View, Show, and make sure that File Name Extensions is ticked. Now, depending on your OS, this menu here might look a little bit different, but either way, you want to make sure that you can see File Name Extensions. Anyways, once you've made sure of that, you want to get whatever version you have, and then .jar, that's the important one. You just want to go ahead and copy that, and then you can just exit out. Because you've copied it, you can now paste it anywhere, just like this. I'm just going to paste it right onto my desktop, and wherever you paste it, that's just going to be the location where you're going to be making this texture pack. Yeah, so to get started, you want to go ahead and rename this, and you actually want to remove the .jar from the end and replace that with .zip, that is .zip, and then your device is going to give you a prompt that if you change the file name extension, the file might become unusable. However, in our case, it'll still be usable, and we do want to change it. Now that you have this zip file right here, what you want to do is right click on that, then click on the extract all option, and then on extract once again. Now, depending on your OS or the device you're using, this might not actually be an option in your case. And if it isn't, then you might need to download a program called 7-zip or WinRAR, and those will allow you to perform this action. As you can see, it might take a little while, but it shouldn't take too long. Once your zip file has been fully extracted, you should be left with a folder as well as the original zip file. You can just delete the original zip file as we won't need it anymore. Anyways, now we've basically got ourselves a base pack which we're going to edit and do stuff with. So I recommend that if you guys want to make more texture packs in the future, you just copy this and place it somewhere so you won't need to repeat these first few steps every time you want to make a new texture pack. Anyways, inside this folder, however, there is still something that we quickly need to do. You see this assets folder? That's really the only one that we even care about. Yeah, so you want to go over and click on the folder underneath the assets folder, scroll all the way down, hold down the shift button, and then click on the bottom file. What that's going to do is select everything in between. Then you can just go ahead and delete that. This might take up to like 10 seconds or something, because it's a lot of files. As you can see, it's even taking quite a while on my high-end laptop. However, we should be fine here. Anyways, all we are left with is the assets folder, and this is what we're going to go ahead and edit. Now, for our purposes, we don't need the realms folder either, and we're just going to be deleting stuff throughout this because that's just easier and it makes it a lot clearer to see. So I'm teaching you how to make a texture pack, which means in this Minecraft folder, we'll only need the textures folder. So you guys can go ahead and delete everything else. That just makes it a lot easier to see. I can make more in-depth tutorials on what you can do with all that other stuff, but for now, we're just making a texture pack. Yeah, and now here you can stop deleting stuff. So looking in each folder, for example, we're in the block folder now, you'll find there to be a bunch of, that's right, textures. So you can open up any of these. For example, here we can open up the front of a furnace, and as you can see, if we zoom in a lot, this is the front of a furnace, and these are all textures that are inside of Minecraft. In this case, these are the blocks. Yeah, and we have more folders. So we have all the items here. We have entities, we have the map textures, we have particles, we have paintings. For 1.20, we also have armored trims. Yeah, so basically all that stuff. And what we can go ahead and do is edit some of this stuff. Yeah, and by editing it, we are going to be creating our own textures. So let's go to the Acacia log, for example. I'm just opening this up in Paint 3D. I recommend, if you're starting with making Minecraft textures, just to simply use Paint 3D, because it is so simple, it is so easy to use, and I'm just gonna be explaining you guys how to do stuff with Paint 3D, because it honestly just gets the job done. Now, for Minecraft textures, each of these little blocks is 1 pixel, so you want to use the pixel pen ideally and just set the thickness to 1 pixel, so we can edit 1 pixel at a time basically. And this is literally the texture, and you can just start changing the colors on this to change the way the texture looks, for example. So right now I'm just doing this, and now we're editing the texture, yeah? And it doesn't really matter what you have in mind. You don't necessarily need to have anything in mind. You can just edit textures however you want, according to how you want your Minecraft texture pack to be, which is exactly what I am doing right now. As you can see, I'm just changing some of the colors, and I'm gonna finish off this texture. I finished, and now the idea wasn't necessarily to win a beauty pageant with this thing, but I just made an ice log or whatever from the acacia log top. So this is now how the top of the acacia log is going to look. Yeah, and so I can just click on Ctrl S to save that, or go over to menu and save it from there. Anyways, now if I exit that, as you can see, it is now the top of an acacia log now looks like that. Now do keep in mind that different sides of the acacia log look different. So this is the texture of the side of the acacia log, and I'll need to edit that one too if I want to change how the side looks. Anyways, you can do it with anything, so we'll do that one more time. We'll go over to items here, and we'll take a nice item. For example, we'll grab ourselves an apple right here, and we can just go ahead and change the color on that. Or actually, no, we're not going to do that. We're going to delete the entire thing, and we're going to make something from scratch. So I know I wasn't necessarily feeling very creative. I just made the apple into a coin, which basically shows you can do anything you want. Now I can just save that just like so, and the apple is a coin. I don't know why, but it looks cool. Not really, but you get the idea. Anyways, basically, something you cannot, must not, and should not never do, well, you don't do it, is rename this. So I made the apple, and let's say I call this coin. I need to spell it correctly. That's not gonna work. If I now call that coin, this is not gonna show up in Minecraft, and it's gonna fail, and all my friends are gonna make fun of me. Keep it apple, because it's the texture of an apple. Yeah, if you change the name, it's not gonna work for complicated reasons I could explain, but I don't feel like doing it because then you guys are probably gonna click away. Anyways, basically just continue editing whatever you want in your texture pack. Now do keep in mind you can always come back as well and change stuff later after you've imported the pack into Minecraft. Anyways, now I'm going to be showing you guys what to do once you've finished all your texturing. Yeah, so I'm fine. I've finished everything that I want to texture, and for my part, my texture pack is done. Yeah, and now there is something you can do, and I highly recommend you to do it, and if you don't do it, then okay, but do it anyways. If I check the properties of this, I can see that this is 1.51 megabytes, or actually 2.25. Minecraft doesn't really like that. I know it's not that big, but it's quite a lot of textures you have in here. So what I basically just recommend you to do is to go like this, and then like this, and if your texture pack is finished, just delete everything you didn't change. because then it literally doesn't matter. Only the textures that you actually changed matter to be in the texture pack. I didn't change anything in this folder, not in this folder, etc, 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 so I can basically just delete those because I don't need them in my texture pack. Yeah, same thing here. I can delete everything in the items folder except for the apple, because that's the only texture I changed. So that's the only texture Minecraft is going to need to have from this texture pack, because it already has all other textures. And I can delete all this as well. Perfect, beautiful. That's been done. Yeah, so that just reduces the size of the pack. As you can see, this pack is now 4 kilobytes, which is significantly less. And once you've done that, you can just head back here to the assets folder. Now we've basically finished part 1 of our texture pack. Now we need to do part 2, which is creating something so that we can actually import it. To do that, what you're going to go ahead is right click, click on new, and then create a new text document, just like so. You want to call that pack. Make sure there are no capital letters, no nothing like that, just literally pack. And then once you have that, you can open that up. Then you can paste in this from inside of the description, yeah? And if you don't want to do that, then I'll also have a link to a download in which you can download this file as well, just whichever one of the two you prefer. Either way, you'll need to head into the description because you need to go to a link to the Minecraft wiki, and that is for pack format. Yeah, or actually you don't need to go here because you can probably just watch from this off of my screen. Anyways, we're making a resource pack, which is this one right here. So this is the tab for us. And we want to watch this value tab here. Yeah, the leftmost tab. In this tab, there are a bunch of numbers. And basically, we need to select our number for our texture pack. I am making one for Minecraft 1.20, so my number is 15. Cool. If you're making one for Minecraft 1.19.4, yours is going to be 13. Yeah, if you are making yours for 1.16.2 to 1.16.5, yours is 6, etc. Right? So if yours is later than 1.20, you will need to go here because you might still be able to use 15 for 1.20.1, but 1.20.2 might have 18. Yeah, you just don't know yet until the actual update is being released. Anyways, I'm making mine for 1.20, so my number is 15. Now let's go back to our pack text file right here, and I'll recognize something. The pack format. That's the Minecraft wiki page we were just on. You want to go in front of the comma there, and you want to type in whatever number you had for the version of your texture pack. In my case, that was 15. Remember? So I can just type in 15. Now, do keep in mind, guys, that this is code. So if I accidentally delete this comma, or if I accidentally just leave a space here, yeah, this entire thing is not going to work. And since this file allows you to import your pack into Minecraft, your entire pack is not going to work if you accidentally delete something like that. Anyways, now that you have that, you're absolutely good, and you want to start typing in your description. Yeah, this doesn't have to be anything at all. You can do whatever you want here. You can type nothing. I don't recommend it to be very long because then it's just going to show up all weird inside of Minecraft. Anyways, I can just type in, for example, It's64's custom texture pack. There we are. And then subscribe or something like that. I'd greatly appreciate it. Yeah, basically anything you want. Don't make it 2 entire paragraphs because that's just gonna not show up in Minecraft. Once you finish editing that, just Control S to save it, or go over to File and save it from there. Now, one thing I did kind of forget to mention is the program I'm using to open this. I'm using Notepad++. Yeah, which is something free you can download from Google or from the Microsoft Store as well. You can open this up with any text editor. However, if you want to make sure it looks exactly like this, then just use Notepad++. Anyways, you can go ahead and close that. Now this pack file is almost done, however not quite yet. There's still one very crucial part we still need to do. Yeah, and that is to rename this, and not the pack part but the .txt part. Yeah, what you want to do is go ahead and remove the .txt from the end, or depending on your OS, it might not be txt but something else. Either way, you want to remove it, and you want to type in .mcmeta. That is .mcmeta. That's exactly what you want it to be. Once again, we're going to get this pop-up. We saw it earlier. We can click on yes, and to make sure that you've renamed it correctly, under the type tab over here, you want to 100% make sure that this says MCMETA. Yeah, once you've done that, you're basically good to go. However, there is still one optional step you can do, and that is a pack icon. For me, I want to make the logo of my channel my pack icon. And now once again, there's a few things we need to do here. First off, just go ahead and open this up in Paint 3D or wherever you want, and make sure that it's absolutely square. If it is not square, it's either going to get stretched or cropped inside of Minecraft, and you probably don't want that. Anyways, once you've done that, you can go ahead and rename this, and also call it pack. Yep, that's very important. It needs to be called pack. And now we need to do the same thing with the .mcmeta file, yeah? Instead of .mcmeta, we need to make sure it's .png. Yeah, and now yours might already be .png, and if it is, perfect, absolutely fine, you don't need to change it. Mine is a JPG, which means I do need to change it to .png. Pop-up is fine, and this is now my pack.png. Make sure no capital letters or anything like that. Open this up, still works perfectly fine as you can see. So now we are all good. Once you have these two, or if you have an icon as well, 3 different files, what you can go ahead and do is select them all, right click, and then compress to a zip file. Now this is something you might recognize from the beginning of this tutorial. And now once again, depending on your OS or anything like that, you might need to use a program called 7-zip or WinRAR to get this done. Anyways, I can compress it to a zip file, and I can call this anything I want. So I can call this It's.me64's 1.20 texture pack. There we go. And now talking about It's.me64's texture packs, I actually make a whole bunch of texture packs, and you can check those out. They will be linked in the description, yeah? Anyways, now that we have that pack, we can just drag it onto our desktop or somewhere else accessible, and it's done. We can now launch Minecraft and test it out. Minecraft has been launched, and what we can do just to activate our pack is to go into options and then resource packs. Yep, then we can grab our pack and just drag it into here. Click on yes, and it should be there. So you'll see your pack here, and there's a few things that can go wrong here. If it's red, it means you chose the wrong pack format, or that you launched the incorrect version of Minecraft for your pack. Anyways, mine isn't red, so I can enable it. And now let's say it does not show up inside of Minecraft at all. Well, that's actually really common. It's really common to make mistakes like that, yeah. So common, in fact, that I've actually made an entire separate tutorial on that with all the troubleshooting you can do, and that should get your pack fixed up in no time. It is linked in the description and also in the pinned comment. Anyways, mine does work, luckily, so we can click on done right here, and our pack has now been enabled. So we can just go into any world we want and test this out. I have now loaded up just a random Minecraft world, and we can just go ahead and check out our texture pack. So if we type in acacia log, there we go, we can already see it, and apple as well. There we go. So here we have the acacia log. As I said, I didn't texture the sides, but I did texture the top. As you can see, what a beautiful acacia log, don't you think? works perfectly fine, and I'm incredibly happy with it. Now we also have the apple right here, which we can eat, so that's pretty cool. And as you can see, these textures all just worked out pretty successfully, and I'm happy with them. Now, if you still do want to edit your texture pack and you're unsure how, it's not so hard, but I do still have a pretty full tutorial on that as well, linked in the description for you guys to check that out. And I'll also link a playlist there with all the other texture pack tutorials I have, because these were just the basics. There are so many more cool things you can do with Minecraft texture packs. It's absolutely crazy. Now, apart from that, you can also download the texture pack I made in today's video. You can just do that if you want an example pack for yourself. If you want just an example pack, right? Something to work off of, something to maybe base your things off of, something to see how someone else has made their pack. If you want that, you can download the pack I made in today's video in the description. Yeah, and basically for the rest, that was just that. Thank you guys ever so much for watching. Once again, I would really appreciate if you subscribed, and I hope to see you all again in the next one. Bye bye.